Running out of time for your podcast episodes, always feel like you're behind? Well, I have a solution for you. So, I understand that you are having trouble finding time to create episodes. Maybe you're always feeling behind. Maybe your production team is telling you that, hey, I need more episodes. And you're thinking, I have them in me, but I have not gotten them to you. So, what is this? What can you do in regards to this? My suggestion is batch. Absolutely, 100%. Come up with a couple of different options of ideas and things that you want to talk about, and then just batch record. Record 2, 3, 4 more episodes all at once. Now, I understand you're not going to be able to batch the interviews. I totally get that. And in that particular case, don't worry about that. Just worry about the solo episodes because that will make you peace of mind a lot easier to know that, you know what, at least I have those ready and in the bag, ready to go. So in the event that you have an interview and it has been rescheduled, or maybe they just decided they didn't want to come on your show, or there was a no-show. My gosh, if that's the case, then you definitely want to have a couple of episodes already planned out and ready for you to go. And the easiest way is to just batch. Now, if you didn't watch last week's episode on content creation and how to get all of those ideas, then I suggest that you go back and listen to that one because that one's going to take your 10 initial ideas and maybe make that into 15 or 20 different ideas, right? Because you want to keep the value to your listener and you want to make sure that you give them short bites, something that they're going to be able to listen to on the go, and then something that they're going to be able to say, hey, I want to make sure that I get that and implement that right away. And the easiest way to do that is to just give them the small short bites. Now, when you're doing that, think about this in the long-term goal, right? So the typical average podcast episode right now is somewhere between like 25 to 35 minutes. A solo episode could be a little bit shorter or a little bit longer, but always make sure that you're adding that value in. And so a 20-minute episode or even a half an hour episode, how many can you get done in one day? Just plan out one day a month or one day every other week or so, and just do a couple of episodes. Just bang them out real quick, 1, 2, and then don't even worry about it. And the best part about this is that you can already have all that information in your head. So really, all you have to do is just kind of jot down a couple of ideas of things that you want to talk about, and then make sure that you have reached those tasks and just let that go and then move on to the next episode, right? So make sure that you hit all the little tasks on your list and then move on to the next episode. Now, I will say that you may end up with an excess of podcast episodes. Imagine that. Could that be amazing or what? So you may find that you have recorded something and due to the interviews that you've recorded or just due to life, you actually have a couple of months ahead. Imagine that. And then what has happened is something has come up in your life or something has come up in your business or something has come up with a guest and an episode that you have recorded was scheduled for 2 months in advance is now much more important and pertinent to something that you just talked about in an interview or just had happen in your life or in your business. Well, just move that episode up. Nobody says that you have to have it a couple of months in advance. Just move that episode and maybe add an extra intro to that. And just be like, after last week's interview with XYZ, I came to realize that I had done this podcast episode And this episode really resonates with what they had to say. So listen in to this as we discuss blah, 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 and then make sure that you hit next week's episode or whatever you want to say. Make it something so that your listeners are excited about listening to it and they're looking forward to coming back for more. So if you are batching your podcast episodes and maybe you are doing it so that they are being released every other week, maybe you're just not a weekly type of person. If that's the case, then I would definitely think about maybe just taking one day and doing both those episodes. And then if you find that you have a little bit of extra free time, add in another episode or two, and then you're 2 months ahead. Hey, look at that. I love that. It's just really great to be able to know that that is taken off your plate. That is something that you don't have to worry about anymore. And just something that's going to continue to move on through. And you can then really hone in on your audiograms, your videograms, your quote graphics, and really get your social media out there so you can properly promote that episode. So, if you are having trouble finding the time to record every week, might I suggest that you just take an afternoon off and record a couple of episodes and make sure that they get put into your bank that you can use so you are ahead. Just make it nice and easy for yourself and batch. Until next time, I look forward to talking to you. See you then.